I am not going to be oh, I need to turn the sound back on. I'm not going to be doing plot. I did the numbers for the XP on each floor. It's only really worth it to keep doing laps on the 5th. The 6th and 7th are increasingly less, but also it's just taking me more time. So doing a lap around the 5th floor and then popping in here and back out, doing a lap. But the numbers, the 5th floor is worth 40,896. The 6th floor is 35,559, and 7th is 21,006. And then the 8th floor is one-way plot, and I did double check that. It is one-way plot. I cannot come back down and grind in this area. So I'm staying down here for a while longer, not because I need access to this, but because I don't know what I've got after that. I know the encounters do keep getting more valuable, and the next section will probably be worth more, but this one is still doing just fine. So as for how their leveling is going, since everything else is more extra than I want, in that all of them have 2 and 2 and 1, and the extra 2 starlights that would go on her are on other people, so that the only things that drop go into her inventory. I cleared out the extra starlights so that I didn't need to stop after every fight that dropped something, including holy waters. The mages that stick their hands out, turns out they can, with their special attack, turn people to stone. So they drop holy waters, which cures status ailments, because that is pretty standard in RPGs. That if you cause an ailment, you can drop an item that treats that same ailment. But so, for the sake of more timely inventory management, I've shifted to doing that. But at level 64, Alex got a 4th attack. Kyle hasn't gotten a 4th one yet, but I expect that at some point he will. Because of the bonus she has, she and Alex are in about the same spot. Kyle, as always, is doing just a bit more. His defense is 2 points higher. Neat. Anyway, Kyle's range has also lagged behind a little. Yeah, he's the only one with shit magic endurance. Which is why it only actually does more than it will get better when the round flips over and he regens amount of damage. Everyone else takes less. Yours is higher, yours is close to hers because it's supplemented a lot more. What is... Your gear is adding to yours in a way that hers isn't. That's surprising. The wisdom. Because her base is better. Yeah. The order of attacks have been Nash usually, but not always, goes first. Sometimes Mia will go, and then it's kind of a jumble of anybody but Kyle. Kyle goes last. That's the only thing that's sure. Anyway. Depending on if I have to stop and fuss with anything. The loop, just the single loop of this floor, takes about 8 minutes. I've noticed between save times. But that does get drawn out by item fussing, or I want coffee, or whatever. But yeah, lots of loops. My thought has been getting the girls to 65, and then I'll move up to the next area, or check the next area and see what I've got. Yeah, you're more reliably killing those on your own now. These encounters she's not really useful for. If the person who hits hers crits, it will save a swing, but we have more attacks than we need to finish the fight. So yeah, when it's just these guys who can turn folks to stone, she doesn't have a whole lot to do, but I'll let her bonk them anyway. See, if it's crit, then it saves a swing from somebody. But it doesn't really matter. And the only reason I really bother distributing folks at all is because there's one of the two enemies available that me is actually useful against, so I try and distribute everyone else to the other things in such a way that she has a chance to actually be useful. But even that's probably not strictly necessary now that we have extra hits happening. We can do this all in a round, depending on how people do. because Jess can kill one of the archer things in one round, but it hasn't been guaranteed, so. And previously Alex wasn't always getting them in 2 hits, but I guess now we're not really having trouble. That would have been more stretched out if Nash hadn't killed his, but as we level, things are getting more successful. That's how it goes. And I get to watch that incremental progress because of how I'm leveling. So I actually get to see that progress curve slowly change the dynamic of how I'm dealing with encounters. Yeah, you're fine. Mia will expend an attack to get there, and then Jess will expend an attack to get there, and we'll bonk it. No? I've watched this happen before. Bonks it just far enough that Kyle actually has to expend an attack to get to it because it got pushed back. Oh! Jess. At 64. Like, yeah. Alex had gotten his 4th. She got her 3rd at 64. Okay. Oh, that one. That. Yeah. But now she can definitely finish one of those on her own. And, yeah. And those I can't use because that's an in-combat thing, because that's the only time we end up having status ailments. They clear at the end of battle. So I just have to drop them. The other stuff I can use, even though it's not doing anything, those I have to drop. And I don't need to use the statue. I didn't need to recover anything at all. That is actually increasingly the case. One loop, and then both of them will level up, and then the next one he will. And then the girls. But I'm not gonna have you sit through and watch that. I'm gonna get through. I'm gonna get the girls to 65. And then I will test off recording what the next area looks like to see if I have a big enough area to give me better leveling, or a better grinding spot than what I've currently got to justify the moving through another segment of plot. Because if I were lower level, having the statue here would actually be useful. I am not in that circumstance, so not really having to try to get through these fights unscathed means that I can look for a tougher area, but I'm going to get through one more loop with them before I test the waters on the other side of the one-way plot on the 8th floor. And you'll see how that goes next time.